We hear a lot about cloud certifications, but for developers in the Microsoft world, there seems to be one that constantly comes up, the AZ-204. It sounds like more than just another badge on your LinkedIn profile. What is it really about?
You're right. It's a major milestone. Think of it this way. The AZ-204 turns a coder into a cloud architect. You're no longer just writing lines of code. You're designing the digital real estate they live on. It validates that you can build entire solutions from scratch: Azure functions, web apps, storage, the whole package.
So it's not just about knowing a programming language. The material mentions developers collaborating with cloud DBAs and administrators.
Exactly. You're the central hub. You have to speak the language of the database admin, the infrastructure person, and the client, all at once. You're the glue holding the project together, translating a business need into a functioning, scalable cloud application.
I see. It's a role that requires a lot of technical connective tissue. But how do they actually measure that expertise during the exam itself? Let's look at the numbers.
It's a pretty intense setup.
It looks like a 150 minute gauntlet to tackle up to 60 questions. It covers 5 main areas, but the heavy hitters are clearly compute solutions and security, which together make up nearly half the exam. It's officially ranked as moderately difficult, harder than the basics, but not quite as brutal as the expert level security exams.
That moderate label can be a bit of a trap, though. The real challenge isn't just knowing the answer, it's the mental stamina. In that 150-minute window, you have to pivot from storage logic to security protocols 50 times in a row without losing focus.
That's a great point. When you see that nearly 50% is dedicated specifically to compute and security, it tells you exactly where Microsoft's priorities are. They want developers who don't just know how to host a site, but how to make it scale and stay secure under pressure. It's a shift from just making it work to making it professional.
Absolutely. If those two pillars, compute and security, crumble, your whole score falls through.
It's definitely a marathon, not a sprint. And because the stakes are so high, the way people are actually preparing for this marathon seems to be changing, especially when it comes to the practice tools they use.
That's where the strategy really comes in.
To actually pass this on the first try, it seems you need a mix of coding skills, specifically C number and Azure SDKs, and very targeted practice. We're seeing resources like SPOTO become popular because they provide real, updated questions and even remote server access to simulate the exam environment. The idea is no surprises on the big day.
Right. And the remote server part is the real pro tip here. It's all about muscle memory. The biggest enemy in the AZ-204 isn't the code. It's the surprise of the exam format. If you've spent weeks in a simulated environment that looks and feels exactly like the real 150-minute test, your anxiety drops and your focus stays on the technical problems.
It's all about removing the friction between what you know and how you perform. So, for anyone looking to jump into the Azure Developer Associate pool, what are the absolute essentials they need to remember?
Okay, let's break it down. First, the core focus. This is an associate level cert, but it's all about building end-to-end cloud solutions. That means you need to be comfortable with Azure functions, storage, and ideally, C number. Second, exam weighting is critical. Almost half your score comes from developing compute solutions and implementing security. Don't neglect those areas. Third, respect the difficulty. It's a 150-minute marathon that sits right between the entry-level AZ-900 and the expert-level AZ-500. And finally, your preparation strategy is key. Beyond just coding, using high-quality practice dumps and exam simulators is a huge advantage. It helps you get used to the format so you can pass on the first attempt.